If you don't know how to use data assets, that's fine. We're going to show you here today. So we're going to create our data first. So let's open our folder. Let's go into the third person folder here, and we'll just make everything in here. So let's make a new folder called data. So this is going to be driven with data assets. I've been using data assets quite a bit in most of my recent tutorials and live streams. So we're going to make a new blueprint class. We're going to search for a primary data asset. Okay, if you guys are familiar with data tables are using a struct to populate the data in each of the rows of the data table. This is kind of like the same thing. So we're going to do PDA for primary data asset, and we're going to do character data. We need to open this up. You'll notice it kind of looks like a blueprint when we open it. The only thing you'll notice, there's no components or anything like that. Okay, this is just strictly data. So we're going to add some variables. We'll add the name of our character, and that'll be a name. We will add a ability, just, some random word, salad stuff that we're going to add in here. This will be a text. You're going to add a skeletal mesh, which will be obviously of type skeletal mesh. And the reason we're doing a skeletal mesh and not a static mesh is because ideally in this scenario, we want our characters to animate and have an idle animation and all that kind of stuff, which we can only do with a skeletal mesh, right? So I'm spelling skeleton, not skeletal. Skeletal mesh object reference, okay? And then lastly, we're going to make, we'll call it a thumbnail, okay? And that'll be a texture. We're going to compile the blueprints. All right, so once this is created, now we have everything set up for our data assets that we need. And now we need to create a data asset for each individual thing. So we're going to right click and go to miscellaneous, and we're going to select data asset right here. Okay. It's going to ask you to select a primary data asset for it to reference, so it knows what variables it needs to populate. And we're just going to say PDA, character data, select.